Welcome back, Blade Gang. We survived the hurricane. I've got power, and this is being recorded on the 23rd of August. We got some rain left over from Hurricane Henri in the Northeast, but that's about it. So far, so good. So always happy to have power. Plenty we can do with it, right? Okay, well, that aside, I'm doing another theme video today and another collection of sorts. It was tough narrowing it down to just these 5, but I feel they're good representatives of big brute knives. Heavyweight blades, long in length, high in blade height and handle height. I might do a long skinny connection one of these days, or a collection rather, of some of those knives like the Dagger Vendetta and so forth, and maybe the Frenzy, stuff like that. But this one's going to be knives that are sort of tanks. They're tough, they're large, they're all folders, and I'll leave it at that and move along. So what's interesting is that the smallest knife in this collection is the Cold Steel 8015. And it's still a brute of a knife with a scorpion lock, a Demko scorpion lock, aluminum bar. You've seen it before. Pretty good thickness to the blade, S35 VN, double thumb stud, and I happen to, on this one, put a really great Pops clip. If you don't know about Pops clips out of Florida, he's on Etsy, and he'll make a clip for just about anything, deep carry or otherwise. This is a beautiful titanium clip, high ride, just about perfect for this knife. So really makes a large knife like the 8015 disappear in the pocket, if you like that sort of thing. Obviously, we'll go on either side. I won't get too into the pocket clip on this one, but 8015's got that great wide-spaced jimping, very aggressive. Really nice job by Cold Steel. Got a drop point with a very sharp blade that's made in Taiwan for Cold Steel. It is a copy, obviously, of the original Demko 8015 custom. But this one you can have, and does come in the black variant as well as the green. This is the original. It's the one I could get at the time. Got a good deal on Amazon. I think it was only about 115 at the time, so I was happy with that. G10 handle, like I say, aluminum top. And what's great about all these knives is that they are hand filling, and they are rugged, and they are dependable. And it's the least you could say about the 8015. Moving over to the right, a rather lightweight of the group, but still I feel because of the blade geometry and that aggressive styling by Mikkel Willemsen for Kansept. This is the Helix. It is, I believe the steel is D2. Yep. So the steel isn't fancy, it's D2. They do make a higher end version now for about 160 or so out of S35 VN. Great file work like jimping on this blade. When you put your finger in that forward choil, it just locks right in. But you've got a really nice long handle if you want to go back on it there. Deep carry clip, almost thought it wasn't, loop over clip. Not transferable to the left side, unfortunately. Lanyard hole, rather thin amongst this group. This is aluminum, or is it steel? We can check real quick. That's steel. So we have a steel frame, thin G10 handle slabs, and what's not to like about that blade? Sort of a pseudo tanto. It wants to be a tanto, but you sharpen it once, unless you're careful, you've simply got a big belly drop point. Anyway, I like this knife. The action's incredible. Drop shutty. Great flipper. And it just feels big in the hand, even though it's rather slim across the width of it, thickness. Okay, so that's the Helix by Kansept, designed by Mikkel Willemsen. All right, probably the longest of the bunch here is the roughly 4.5-inch bladed Goliath 2 by Maxace. Maxace on large knives is just killing it. And look at that action. We've got a beautiful micarta, canvas micarta. These are titanium bolsters. Not sure about the clip. The clip is titanium. Okay. Not deep carry. They don't always do the greatest job on their clips. They're good. They're serviceable. They work. But they don't look like much, and very few of them are deep carry. At any rate, listen to that coming out of there. They make this one out of Boulder K110, which is kind of an upgraded D2 steel. You can check out the exact description of that on Knife Steel Compositions. And just a beautiful large drop point on this. You can check out my individual reviews on all of these. But this is, this is coming right up on 4.5 inches. And as I say, it's the longest of the bunch. It's 10 inches overall. Again, the Goliath 2, if you don't have one of these already in your collection, for really not much over $100, I believe, you can get this in several different varieties, different handle materials, even a fancy one with like an ivory micarta or ivory G10, I think. But talk about hand filling, look at that. And it's not all that thick. Wide open construction, look at all those barrel spacers at the end. Heavy, but not a pocket sinker by any means. Just really smooth on bearings. Beautiful blade. So that is the Maxace Goliath 2. Then, of course, we got to talk Artisan and Dirk Pinkerton and this crazy knife called the Proponent. This one's a blue-gray G10. They're redoing these in a mini, and they're redoing these in different handle materials now. Been out a few years, I believe. I didn't bring it with me, but it comes with a peg that goes in that hole that screws in and turns it into a veritable fixed blade, although you can't do that very quickly. It's got great lockup, drop shutty action. It's either a flipper, or you can use these humongous thumb studs. Look at those. It's like a beer barrel that's gone through the blade there. Lots of meat out to the point. Obviously Warncliffe configuration, huge fuller. For about $60, I think, when this first came out. I mean, this is an amazing value. Yes, it's D2. Yes, they make a higher end one around 200. S35VN, etc., titanium handles. But bang for the buck to have an impressive knife and a real worker that is a tough knife. Hard to go wrong with this. Look at that beautiful orange pivot surround. Artisan logo. And there you go. I mean, this is a beefy knife. When you first open this thing up and show it to somebody, they'll step back about 3 steps. It's just, it's a beaut. That's the Dirk Pinkerton designed Proponent by Artisan. Last and certainly not least, a relatively recent acquisition. Finally got one. The SOG Seal XR. This is the folding version of their Seal fixed blade. It has These are molded handles from fiberglass reinforced nylon. It's got a really usable, awesome skull crusher, almost hammer pommel. It is jimped to high heaven everywhere. That's a steel spacer, steel liners. Liners are jimped, spacer is jimped. Handle slabs are jimped quite aggressively. Flipper tab is jimped. You can open this, so it's an XR lock. You can open it with the flipper tab, but you can also get your thumb in there and open it with the hole opener. Have I had any success with middle finger flick? Not really, because even with the thumb, you got to give it a good push. So for me, it's a thumb flick opener, or very obviously a very easy flipper tab opener. I like the shape of the flipper tab. Some people don't. It's rounded and, again, highly serrated. You won't miss on this one. Light switch it, no problem. Even you can push button it. Big blade, 3 3/4 inch. Look at the jimping on the thumb ramp there. I mean, you can lock into this so well. Gloves or no gloves. It is a switchable clip, by the way. It is branded, but because it's a black clip, I think that impressed lettering isn't really too bad. Still, they do love to brand their knives. And there you can see it is. They're now referring to themselves as Studies and Observations Group. This is S35VN. And these are coming in around 160, 165, I think. So let's bring them all back out for a round of applause. And I will name them again. It's a heck of a detent on that cold steel. So here we go. We've got the Seal XR. We've got the Proponent by Artisan. We've got the Helix by Kansept. We've got the 8015 by Cold Steel. And the Goliath 2 by Maxace. How did I do it? I remembered all the names. What are you going to do? Having a good brain day, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. I will be back soon. Got some new blades coming in. Should be very interesting. Be well. Take care. Stay safe.